So here's the RL-45, and everything's going pretty good. I had a bit of an issue with clams. They were on the sandbed, and over time they just starved, and so I lost two, but the ones that were higher up did fine, as you can see. And overall the growth is crazy, the color is great. So I'll show you. Here's my clam. I've had this one the longest, about 8 or 9 months. Name's Lucinda. And yes, the anemone is getting close. I'm watching that, and because I raised my lighting so it started to move. So I'm watching the anemone, I'm making sure it won't touch the mantle. But the anemone is great. The clowns actually host it. The anemone hosts the clowns a lot of the time, but not always. Mainly when my hand's in a tank and they're terrified, so I try not to do that too much. So here, under the center, we have some LPS. I believe it's a frog spawn, and the other one, it started out as a torch, I don't really know, it was a rescue coral. And there's a little carpet anemone that moved there, and in the back you can see a little Maxi Mini. At the bottom I have the little Zoa garden, where here's what was traded to me as Sunny D's. Not really sure, but you can see the babies have some really cool color. And then here's some Recorda Florida, and then assorted Zoas, like my favorite, the little Rastas. Those are always really nice. And mini colonies from Glenn at Coral Gardens Aquaculture. Highly recommend them. They always come great. Super happy, no pests. So on the right side of the tank, you can see here's where I actually have my Vortec, and love it. The MP40, it only goes to 30%, but I get a lot of flow. And here's just Chaetomorpha. It's actually grown quite well now that I'm feeding so much, and soon I hope the breeder box will fill up. Originally I was going to put in a rear chamber in my in-tank media basket, but I don't have a refugium light at the moment. So this is good while it lasts. And on this side I have some assorted mushrooms, just random things. Here's a cool one. I think that's the Coral Gardens Aquaculture, like hemorrhoid mushroom, I think. Who named it that? Maybe Right Tire Fire. It's a little colony of Duncan and pipe organ. So that's the left side. So let me head over to my favorite, the left island. So at the top of the left island you see a little anemone that moved there. I don't know why it wants so much light, because it's directly under the radion, but stupid counts in a way. But it's still happy. A little Montipora undata, my big red cat, a big purple cat. So everybody says don't frag it, but it's starting to shade itself. So I don't know really. Here's I'm not sure if it's a red forest. Yeah, I think it's a red forest acropora. Just a random blue. Here we have another type of acropora. It's actually a plating acropora, and that should grow out really cool. My Catropora kind of browned a bit as it went from the T5/LED combo to pure LEDs, and it was too low for a while, but I'm still confident that'll do better. I have my Slimer, the green, and then the green Slimer, the Rainbow Montipora. Down here I have my first Aiken, which is pretty cool. It has a really fast feeding response. Just little frags at the bottom that I'm growing out. Montipora, some more mushrooms. On this side I have a Sunset Montipora that it's not doing great, it lost color, but it's still encrusting really fast, so I'm hoping it'll gain back. And then in terms of equipment, just a quick update. I'm still using the Radeon XR 30-watt Pro. I mean, not the Pro, it's just the Gen 2. A little DIY Home Depot mesh top. It's not gorgeous, but hey, it works. Recently I hooked up a fan connected to a ReefSafeSolutions temperature controller, which is nice, and I'm running the skimmer. So usually I'll just pour this skimmate back into the tank because I'm trying to raise phosphates, but it's good to know that it performs awesome. So if I need to, I can just skim out if I ever end up feeding up too much. Then in the corner, another little new addition is I just have a little monitor. It tells me the maximum temperature ambient of my room and the minimum for the last 24 hours and the humidity. So I was just curious, so I just clipped it on. So, and then under the hood I have my mess of wiring, my ReefSafeSolutions controller, 78.9. When it hits 79, the fan will kick in and take it to 78.5. So that's nice, it just made it more stable. The ReefLink for all the Ecotech stuff and tangled wires. The left side I have my Jabao doser, my battery backup, my ATO. Here is my Vortec controller, The lights are off because I set it to do that, so it's not too bright. And my B-ionic supplements. So overall, I'm still getting great growth. And I mean, I'll just leave like this a little bit so you can get an idea of what the flow is in the tank and how it's going well. I'm really happy with it.